Hey, Joel. Morning, Cass. Or evening from my point of view. How you doing, Ed? How's Wicklow? October's in Wicklow are never the best. Cold and miserable. But then again, that's Ireland. 11 months of the year. Hey, Neil, good morning to you as well, buddy. Hey, Lisa. Well, I suppose small things, you know, small mercies. At least it's dry. Halloween soon. 2 weeks to Halloween. Michael's coming. Not a lot of movement right now. At all. Across the board. Just quiet day so far. PCTEL is probably the biggest mover, but it's an acquisition for $7 a share, so that's not going to happen. Not much going to happen. Ambrox Biopharma is up as well, but it's there's no movement right now. It's not a lot of volume either. So that's Ambrox Biopharma. What else have we got that's moving today? Tempest. Below the VWAP, but it's really just sideways choppy at the moment. Tempest. It popped up and went up to 460s, 459. So again, not something that you can get behind on this kind of volume. I did have a look at E2. That popped up, a bit of a bounce, but again, it's choppy sideways right now. The volume's not great on it either, so you know, with the exception of the candles after hours yesterday, but not really good volume at the moment. 125,000 all day. So yeah, we're just waiting, sitting waiting. That's one thing that I personally need to get better at, is patience. Waiting for the setup. Instead of taking a trade, a subpar trade, I take way too many subpar trades. And that's just me. I know what I do wrong, and I do it wrong often. You think I'd learn, but I take way too many subpar trades just out of boredom. Boredom trades seldom go your way. So don't. 3 things I need to get better at with regards to my trading. Taking subpar trades. That's the first thing. Aside from taking subpar trade, holding through consolidation. I need to stop doing that. And probably holding losers longer than I should. Hey, Alistair. A decent weekend. A little bit too much alcohol consumed, but I mean that's what the weekend's for, isn't it? Let's take a look at that, Ed. So Tantec Holdings, you look at it on the hourly. Why do you say that's interesting? I don't know why you would say that's interesting. I mean, you've got three daily spikes there from Wednesday through Friday last week. Let's have a look at this on the hourly. So you've got the spikes up, but I don't see anything interesting about that personally, but you know, again, it's all subjective. If you like the chart, you trade it. I personally don't like it. There's like the volume is it's just not there. So volatility and volume, that's what we need as intraday traders. We need volatility and volume. One without the other is useless. And to be fair, we've been struggling to get consistent opportunities with both volatility and volume over the last month and a half. You and me both, dude. Hey, Greg. Well, they always say that when something has a bit of a... The problem with that, I would say, is that the big spikes up are followed by big flushes down on the hourly. So let's just look at it on the 15, because we'll probably be able to see a bit more action on the 15. So look at that. You've got a big spike up, and then that's a hard flush down. So that was from Friday. That's dangerous. After hours on Thursday, similar sort of thing. And the initial move, get it on the 30 minutes. So the initial move up on Wednesday, hard sell off. So, yeah, I mean, I prefer to see a pop up and then a gradual kind of sell off rather than a pop up, hard sell off, pop back down again. Because that just, if you get stuck holding bags, it doesn't leave you any opportunity to recover. That's the problem with that. So yeah, not my cup of tea. But like I say, it's not trading subjective. One man's meat, another man's poison, and all that. Some people go short, some people go long. I know what I like to trade. I know what I've got to look for, and that Antec doesn't have it. Hey, Dennis. Yeah. I'd rather not go into that one for a trade on one. My ECM fees tend to make up the largest part of my my commissions and charges. Friday was an expensive day for me in terms of fees and charges. It was nearly $2,000. I mean, you'll see it on the, if it starts to make its move up, you'll see it. I did catch the Rugby World Cup over the weekend. I was gutted for Ireland, obviously having lived there for so long, and a lot of my friends are Irish supporters, and having grown up and played with and against Andy Farrell. Yeah, it's I was gutted for Ireland. But England made, they should have been out of sight by half time, and after half time they had 8 minutes of madness that made it an interesting one coming into the final 20. So England should have been out of sight against Fiji, and against South Africa I can't see England coming through that. I hope they do. I just can't see England coming through against South Africa. I think South Africa will punish them. If they play like they did against Fiji, South Africa will punish them. You can't take 20 minutes. You can't take 8 minutes it was with Fiji. You can't take 10 minutes off during an 80-minute session. You just can't. You have to be at it for the full 80 minutes to beat New Zealand or South Africa. And again, that was the thing with Ireland as well. They just couldn't get that continuity flowing. And that was a close game. That was a very close game. The South Africa-Wales game was interesting as well. South Africa are way too strong. I think it's South Africa's to lose, but I think the final is going to be South Africa and New Zealand again. unfortunately, I coming out of the group stages where every group was topped by a Northern Hemisphere side. I had high hopes that there would be a Northern Hemisphere team in the final. I actually thought that this would be Ireland's year to get to the final, and then they kind of bottled it. It was probably the best chance that Ireland's going to have of winning a World Cup. It's a big gap up. Consolidated Communication Holdings. It's an acquisition. Big gap up, it's an acquisition. It's going to be acquired for $4.70 a share. So there's no opportunity there. I just thought, okay, that's a bit of a big quick pop. Oh, E2, as I was looking at that, E2 popped up. Hey, Alberto. Well, football, rugby, athletics, you know, snail racing. I'll watch anything at Solar. I really will. I'll watch anything. If it's sport, yeah, and I found myself during Winter Olympics watching the curling. So that tells you what I'm like. Yeah, it's just no volume. Nice little pop up, but just no volume. See, if you look at this candle here, I mean, this is deceptive. It looks like there's a lot of volume, but there's not. You look at 40,000 shares on that one minute candle, which is fine if it's sustained. The red candle next to it, 5,000. The next big candle here was a green candle, it was 47,000. That's great if it's sustained. Next candle following it, 21,000, so half as much. Then 15,000. So this big pop up here, we got 83,000. Fine if it's sustained, followed by a 38,000 volume candle. This one is like 2,500 at the moment. So the volume's coming in for a bit of a pop, and then it's just draining off. You want to see sustained volume. You want to see, for that continuation and that move. If you're going to break high of day or set a new high of day, you want to see continued volume, or at least some consistency with the volume. This is a bit erratic right now. So yeah, absolutely Solar. It's a bit E2. I'm watching it. I am watching it, but I'm not seeing a setup right on it yet. So we'll see. Novavax hitting the scanners. You usually get decent volume on Novavax, but not today. I thought this was coming up. Yeah, so we're struggling for things to trade right now, but patience is a virtue, and never more so than when you're trading. Yeah, I watched some of the football as well, and that was a bit crap. This European, what is it, Euro Nations League or whatever, that's a lot of rubbish. It really is. But the rugby's been good. There's been some good matches in the World Cup. If you've been following the World Cup, there's been some good matches. A couple of shocks as well. I actually thought Argentina was going to get beat at the weekend. But France versus South Africa was a good game. That was a very good game. I thought Argentina versus Wales. Wales should have won that. New Zealand Ireland was a cracking game. England last night, well, yesterday, England versus Fiji was a good game. So you always get good games in the knockout stages. There's usually an upset or two in the group stages, but you always get really good games in the knockout stages of the World Cup. Pfizer, what are we doing? Breaking highs. We're going green on the day. Pfizer trying to go green on the day. Does it have a catalyst? Make sure you, if you're watching from wherever you're watching, you know, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you wherever you are. But make sure you smash that thumbs up button. It just really helps me out. Not asking for super chats. You're welcome to throw a couple of super chats in this direction, but I'm not asking for those. I'm asking for to hit that thumbs up button. So please hit that thumbs up button if you appreciate the content. If you appreciate me going live every day, trading live, and my running commentary on the markets, I'd appreciate you just hitting that thumbs up button. Oh, there's quite a lot happening this morning with Pfizer. So I've been asked on Pfizer to present updated phase 1 and 2 data for degestrant at the 2023 European Society for Medical Oncology Annual Congress. Novavax is, oh, that's not Pfizer, that's a generic one. Optimistic outlook for Pfizer. Jefferies upgrades them. Wells Fargo equal weight on Pfizer. So a lot of analysts reduced its sales outlook. That's why it dropped down, but it's going green now. So outlook and guidance is actually down for Pfizer. I'm surprised it's not. I mean, it's a $5.5 billion float Pfizer, so it's not a low float stock that we like to trade. But I'm surprised there's not more people shorting Pfizer. It's less than 1% short. Hey Jason, how you doing, buddy? Fine. Morning to you. Welcome back, Neve. Happy Mondays. You're twisting your melon, man. Radko, welcome back. Yeah, I've been watching Tan. It's just I just don't like the chart. It's over $2 now. Tantec Holdings. Volumes come in now, but it needs to sustain. We're probably a little bit too late to get in. Break of $2 would have been a good entry, actually. Tantec Holdings. Maybe wait for a little pullback. Well, this closed out on Friday at $1.52. Not seeing any customer-specific or company-specific news catalyst. It is up. The relative volume is slightly higher than normal. Slightly elevated relative volume. So normally does about just under 400,000 shares. It's already done nearly 600,000, so it's slightly elevated relative volume. It's 3.5 million float, 3.4 million in the float, but I've not seen any company-specific news. So I'm kind of viewing this with a little bit of suspicion. Let me see, is there any shelf registration on this that I can see? form effect F3 from September. There's a practice there in June. Not seen any S3, but hey, well, Tempest is under $4 now, so I know it kind of moved up in sympathy with, but there's quite a few did that are now back down below $1. So go figure. And this has had a couple of spikes. I mean, this went up to what, $8 there back in, what was it, May, end of April. 797 in end of April. But yeah, the majority of the ones that popped up with Tempest went back down again. They're all starting around 20, 30 cents and went up to like $2, $3, $4. They're all back down at 20, 30 cents. Which just goes to show, don't get married to any of these garbage stocks. They are garbage. They're not going to make. Oh, there we go. Pfizer's making a breakout. Nice volume on those two candles as well. Lovely little bull flag setup. Look at that. Beautiful bull flag. Bull flag breakout. Why wasn't I watching that? Switched it across to fantastic. Hey Adam, how you doing? So the market's up healthily today. So this is the market. It's green on the day, almost 0.5% on the day. On the daily, if you look at, this is what I talk about every time. The upwards momentum. We came to the bottom of this upwards channel. We've hit the top of it. It's been respecting this channel fairly well up until now. Well, since October when it started to form this upwards channel, it's been respecting it fairly well. We've even got the median in here as well, where it's been finding support on that median. The next thing we'll probably find is resistance on that median before I come back down again. But certainly found support. So this is the S&P 500. So the SPY is an ETF from State Street, tracks the S&P 500, which is what I'm talking about. We had a reasonably good day a good week overall last week. Finished the week with 2 red days, but it looks like we're bouncing on the back of that. 2 red days was on the back of the CPI data that came out on Thursday, and then Friday was a continuation. So it looks like we're getting a bit of a bounce there now. Currently over 0.5 percentage point up on the S&P 500. The NASDAQ 100 is almost 1/3% up. We've got the Dow Jones Industrial is 2/3% up, and the Russell Index is almost a whole percentage point up. So the markets as a whole looking quite bullish today. Will that sustain for the week? I don't know. I think I'm actually optimistic. I think barring any strange anomalous economic events, I think we'll probably have a bullish week and a bit of upwards momentum this week. That's just my personal opinion, not financial advice. I'm just a fat guy on the internet with an opinion. So if you go and buy loads of SPY calls or IWM calls or whatever it is and lose money, don't sue me. And pops pretty much everywhere. Is there anything that you want me to take a look at? I always get asked for Riot and Marler, so they're on the scanners. We're kind of barcoding at the moment with Marathon Digital, and that's because the range, when the range and the spreads are pretty much the same thing, or you get the range is less than the spreads, that's when you get that barcoding effect, and it just means that there's not much volatility on it right now. So if you look at the range of just over 2 cents per candle over the last 14 candles, it's not very volatile at the moment, but it's up 5%. You're just going to struggle to, get it one way or the other. Probably wait for the volume to come in. Marathon and Riot and Marathon, Riot platforms as opposed to Riot blockchain now. Riot platforms and Marathon Digital, the volume usually comes in after the bar. So you can get some moves, but the volume usually comes in after the bar. And so you get a similar kind of effect with low volume or range to spread ratios on Riot platforms as well. So yeah, nothing worth watching right now, guys. So this is the IWM times 3. TNA, 3% up as opposed to just the 1. The Russell Index times 3. All muscle there, Mad Solar. All muscle. With a bit of padding. See, that's my argument. Look, no woman wants a 6-pack. Seriously, all you guys out there that are going to the gym every day to try and get your 6-pack so you can be attractive to the opposite sex, no woman wants a 6-pack. I mean, when you go furniture shopping, think of it this way. When you go furniture shopping and you're testing out the mattresses, or you're testing out a new sofa, you want to sit on the sofa, you don't want to sit on the springs. You want it well upholstered, so it's nice and comfortable. That's what I am, well upholstered. I have, Ed, but the thing is with futures, the thing with futures, swing trading futures tends to be better than trying to day trade futures in my own personal experience because of the volatility. Because it's low volatility in futures, then you're looking for something to get on a trend and trend for a couple of days, and that's when you swing trade it. With futures, you tend to be taking a higher leverage position, or if you've got a large account, then you're taking larger account size, larger equity positions. So most people will take higher leverage, which, if you're taking higher leverage, introduces increased risk. So just bear that in mind. That if the more leverage you're taking with your position, the best thing you can do is trade in a cash account. If you're trading in a cash account, usually your account size is too small to actually make any difference. So once you've got a legitimately decent sized account, you don't want to be taking maximum leverage because maximum leverage is maximum risk. But yeah, futures, the volatility is not there in futures. For me, I know a lot of people prefer to trade futures because they find it easier than trading high volatility stocks. They look for a trend to form, then they look for the breakout patterns. You don't trade 1, 2, 3, 5 minutes on futures. You're looking for, the hourly charts, the 60 minutes daily charts. You're looking for longer term moves. So it's more akin to swing trading. And people that would trade options will do options on futures as well, which, you can day trade it, but to be fair, it's not as easy. Yeah, but even oil, it's the volatility is not we had, how many stocks did we have move last week alone across 3 days? How many stocks did we have move up 1,000% or more? I could probably count, what, 5 or 6 stocks that moved 1,000% or more last week. And you give me any futures instrument that you've had an intraday move of 1,000%, and I'll wait. I didn't look at all, but I'm bullish today, Lewis. I'm feeling bullish. So far, making some moves. What kind of volume is it on? Yeah, not great. Spiked up to 830. We'll wait. We've got time. Time's not our enemy today. Morning, BTD. But if you cut your teeth with futures, if you're learning to trade, it's okay to cut your teeth. Learn to swing trade with futures, it's fine. Oh, there's a nice double bottom on the daily on SoFi. Look at that. That can't be more pronounced daily W. We're already past the breakout area, so if we get signs, you might want to have a look for 950 on SoFi. I'm struggling to find anything really. Oh, hang on, get another one here. XTO day high series, no volume, but breaking highs. Currently up 32% on the day. That's kind of whilst the volume isn't great. This is a substantial move. So I'm just going to see if there's a catalyst for this, because when the volume comes in at the bottom of the hour, in approximately half an hour, there might be volume might come in and might move. No, I'm not seeing any news catalyst, and relative volume is like third, so numbers 750,000. It's nowhere near. It's not even. Oh, it's just approaching 200,000. So yeah, Éxito. Almost there is Éxito. Archio. Yeah, well, I don't think there was a disappointing quarter-final, Tom. I think all four games were good games. Like I was saying earlier before you joined, I was a bit gutted. I was gutted for the Irish team, having lived in Ireland for as long as I did, and many Irish friends, and knowing Andy Farrell. So I was gutted for the Irish. England did it the hard way, but they did it. Wales should have. I was surprised that Wales didn't beat Argentina. The way the game panned out as well, it was a tight game, but I thought Wales had it in them to beat Argentina. They just didn't turn it on the day. France, South Africa, the horse versus the holders, great game. That was probably the game of the round in my book. France, South Africa was probably the best game of the round. Now that France are out, though, you can pretty much guarantee that the ticketing and entry and crowd management is going to be an absolute farce for the rest of the tournament. Yeah, smash that thumbs up, guys. You're not even half of you have. Moderna popping up. So there's a lot of news around COVID vaccines and the likes at the moment. So Moderna. Not great volume. Well, we can't talk soccer. There wasn't much. It was international weekend there. So soccer, football for anybody outside of the US. It was an international weekend. So if you like international games, I find them a bit tedious unless there's an actual tournament on. The qualifying rounds and friendlies, and I can't get into it. Well, vax or no vax, it depends on what you mean. Do I have a vacuum cleaner? I don't need one. I've got tile floors, but marble floors, so I don't need a vacuum cleaner. A mop, but yeah. E2 making another attempt at 340, which is the high of day. It's not doing it on great volume though. You look at the volume here. Look at the volume here. It's volume profiles are just inconsistent. So you want to see some consistent volume when we're talking about breakouts. You want consistent volume for that breakout. We're just not seeing it with that. I've not seen it, Greg. I lived it. I haven't watched it, but I did live it. So the question was, have I seen the movie about GameStop traders, Roaring Kitty, called Dumb Money, and the whole ape movement? But I've not. I probably will watch it when I've got a minute. When the missus and the little girl are taking a nap, I might put it on, have a watch. It's not something they're going to be interested in. But I lived it, so I know how it finishes. I know how it started. I know how it finishes. I know how he made his millions, mostly on GameStop calls, on options rather than on the stock itself. But he used the options to actually acquire the stock. So fair play to him. Well, they don't build timber frame houses here, solar. It's not like the US where it's like timber frame with plasterboard or drywall, as you call it. Here it's they do hollow brick, so it's hollow brick with cement render. Or if you're in a lower class neighbourhood, it's a bamboo hut. It's, so. Yeah, we've already checked, Mari. You should have joined us earlier. You would have seen it. Marathon Digital, we've already done it. Barcoding. Just no range. It's less than 2 cents on the range. So it's just the range and the spreads don't match. So the range is less than 2 cents. The spreads are 3 cents. That's why it's barcoding. That's what gives you that barcoding effect. It is slightly up 5% on the day, but you're going to have to wait till the bell before you get to see any action on Marathon and Riot. Riot platforms and Marathon Digital. So yeah, join early next time. I won't have to repeat myself. No IPOs today. I thought we might have had a couple pushed out. Let me just have a quick check on the IPO calendar here. There's nothing official for the IPOs today, but if we've got any pushed out that might happen today, I'm not sure that there is. What day do we have? 16. No, we've got three for the 18th. Prospect Energy, Globe Event Holdings, and Pineapple Financial all on Wednesday. Oh, Thursday, sorry. Oh, that's right, Wednesday. Yeah, so Wednesday's the 18th, isn't it? So we've got 3 IPOs for Wednesday, 1 for Friday. Thought WeBuy was going to be, should have been last Friday, but it's not. Yes, you can trade on one. So for 500 a month, you can get nice detached place. It depends where you go. In Metro Manila, it's going to be a smaller place. If you it's close to any of the cities. In the provinces, you could probably get detached with pool and the likes for that kind of money. So it depends where you go. Location is everything. But in the provinces, yeah, it's 500 a month is a good price to pay for a decent place. Your right to exercise the option. Okay, well, you have that option. Right up until the point of expiry, you can exercise the right to buy those shares at whatever price that options is you've got. PCM, per calendar month solar. Per calendar month. Oh, Mobilicom. Have a look at Mobilicom. Just popping up. Do we have any news on Mobilicom today? Breaking high. It's about to break a new high. 215. Right, defense and drone companies place repeat orders with Mobilicom. That was top of the hour. It's not got the oomph that we want to see, but Mobilicom's moving up. Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Mad Solar. Tell me about it. No, it's you know, you get what you pay for. You could, if for that kind of price, solar for that kind of price, you're talking like gated, fence, detached property with guard. I mean, I've got papaya trees, mango trees, coconut, 2 different types of coconut tree. Actually, 2 different types of mango tree. She's telling me, but they look the same to me. She says one's an Indian mango and then the other one's it's like an Asian. I don't know. But 2 different mangoes, papaya, 2 coconuts, just all like around the house and the garden and stuff. So, hey Brandon, how you getting on? See, I'm not a big mango fan, and she likes to eat the mangoes before they're actually the green. She likes the green mangoes before they become ripe, and she eats them with like vinegar and soy sauce and chilies. And I'm like, so it's more of a savoury snack for her. She chops them up into slices, and I'm like, just you know, yeah. But and then just down the way there's bananas growing wild as well. So I took the dog and the little girl for a walk, and she saw the banana. She wanted a banana. I peeled one off. It wasn't ripe, but she wanted it anyway. So yeah, Coconut and hot sauce. Well, I have coconut in my curry, so I mean, a lot of Asian food has coconut in it. Red curry, green curry, any kind of Thai curry has coconut in it. And I've learned how to make coconut milk already out of my own coconuts, so that's handy. The first time I did it, I didn't sieve out all the desiccated coconut, so I was left with it. Wasn't a very good texture. But the next time it was fine, so I got all my own coconut milk. It's all relative trade on one. So I was paying, in Dublin, I was paying twice as much for my electric as, no, I was paying 4 times as much for my electric as I am paying here. Yeah, it's all relative. Cost me about, I would say probably between about $100 to $150 US, euros US. It's very similar. About 100 to 150 quid a week, for not a week, per month for the electric bill. And that's air conditioning. I've got three rooms with air conditioning. The living room with a fan. So, you know, got all the mod cons and stuff. But mind you, the oven's gas, but the fridge is always on and stuff like that. But yeah, coconut pulp, absolutely. But I tell you what, you make your coconut milk, you chill it. It's a lovely, refreshing drink. Fresh coconut milk. It was great in a curry. Thickens up nicely with the heat. I don't live in Holland anymore. When did I live in Holland? I've never lived in Holland. Who said I lived in Holland? You are confused. You're definitely confused if you thought I lived in the Netherlands. Never in my life. I've lived in Spain, the UK. I've lived in Ireland more recently. But never the Netherlands. Ever considered living in Mexico? Why would I consider living in Mexico? I will be taking some time to go to Mexico and a few other places in South America, but I don't intend living there. I'd rather live in Mexico than the USA. I'll give you that much. Food's better. Climate's better. Well, it depends on where you go. But at least the Mexicans aren't kind of fighting amongst themselves just based on which political party they support. What's right with the US, Jason? So busy fighting amongst yourselves, you don't even realise what's wrong with it. The education system is horrendous. I mean, ask your average person in the street to find Austria on a map, Germany or France on a map. Ask them what to name 5 other countries that are not in North America. You're just not going to do it. The health system, if you get pregnant, you go bankrupt unless you've got health insurance that covers you. It's the murder capital of the world. It's the incarceration capital of the world. You got more infant. It's got the worst infant mortality rate in the developed world. And you ask me what's wrong with the US? Just recently, you had that young girl in New York abducted off the street, but she's 9 years old. Come on. At least I'm here in the Philippines, and I see kids as young as like 5 and 6 walking on their own, walking down the street on the way to school safely. You know? I'll lock that in. And you wonder why everyone wants to go. That's just it. Only Americans think that everybody else in the world wants to go to America. They don't. That's just it. They don't. If you fed this bunkum and lies by your mainstream media that America's this great place, and it isn't. Yeah, something like that, Cass. To be fair, the mentality here is very 1980s. You know, it's safe like it was, or, you know, but people are relaxed in the same way. You know, the stress of corporate America now, it's just creates so much stress. The suicide rate in America is higher than it's ever been, and it's that, again, it's one of the highest per capita on the planet. It's not a good place to raise kids. It's not a good place to live and feel safe. This obsession with owning your own gun, I'd rather live somewhere where it's not necessary. You have to own a gun in America. You're all obsessed with owning guns, but the problem is you have to, because everybody else is obsessed with owning guns. I'd rather live in a country where it's safe and you don't have to, have a gun under your mattress at night because you're frightened someone's going to break in and shoot you. I would rather be able to send my kids to school knowing full well that they're not doing shooter drills, because it doesn't happen. It's just, no. Why would anyone? I think the question is, why would anybody want to go and live in the US? And if they are, they must be desperate. No, Adam. I've got a couple of other things going as well, Adam. I can, yeah, you can. There's good and bad in every country, but trust me, there's a lot with there's a lot wrong. When you try and pump it up, there's a lot more to pull it back from. I mean, it's got some of the, it's got the extremes. The problem with America, it's got the extremes of everything. You've got some of the smartest people in the world, but you've also got so many of the stupidest people in the world, and you elect them to office, you know? I don't know the US. Okay, there's the guy wearing star-spangled shirt. This place is dangerous everywhere, John. There is. But Not called the Wild West for nothing. What are you buying today, Max? Well, we've just been trading McMillicom. Which lifestyle is better between Spain and Philippines? There's a lot of... The Philippines, which was a Spanish colony for hundreds of years, so there's a lot of similarities between the two. I suppose one of the advantages of the Philippines is that English is widely spoken. In Spain, I had to learn Spanish. That's the difference. I think if you don't have a nest egg to live on, then don't come to the Philippines, because you won't be able to get a job. You won't be able to set up a business. You effectively you're kind of limited in what you can do, and it's going to have to be online or whatever. And so any incorporations, business incorporations, you can only have like 40% ownership of it. Property ownership, you can't own outright property unless it's a condominium in a block. You can't own real estate as a foreign national in the Philippines. In Spain, you can do all of that. You can invest in real estate. You can invest in businesses. You set up your own business. So from that point of view, Spain is better. Philippines is great for if you want to retire or something, you know. So I'm not watching CNN get him. I'm talking about my own personal experiences. Yeah, it's not a great one. We've got 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes left before the bell. Get him? Sounds great. US, you can do what you want, except cross the road. You know, you can get arrested for crossing the road. No other country in the world do you get arrested for crossing the road. That's all I'm saying about that. So, you know, you can do what you've got freedom in the US. You've got freedom in the majority of developed nations and across the world. You know, do you know where the US falls on the worldwide freedom index? Look it up. It's there for you, everyone to find out. It's certainly not at the top. Yeah, and that's by choice, Getting. I don't live in the US. That's by choice. Yeah, there's a bad mentality in the Philippines, and it's at the government level in terms of investment. Yeah, they want more investment, but they want more investment into the Philippines, provided that the investment stays here. They don't want people taking profits out of the Philippines. They don't want land being owned by overseas corporations or overseas people. So there's all kinds of things going on with that. They need to, I think, wake up and smell the coffee a little bit in the Philippines. If they really want the country to develop, it's a developing nation. If they really want it to develop economically, they're going to have to get with the program and realize that capitalism rules there, you know? I can jointly own it, but the problem with that there, Jack, is it's joint. I will never own it on my own. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good things about the US. I just wouldn't want to live there. It's okay for vacation. So momentous ink, moving up, breaking highs, low volume, but it's up there. Well, the vaccine's not mandatory. My fiance's not vaccinated, Jason. I've never lived in the US and wouldn't want to get him. I've spent a lot of time in the US. Never actually lived there. Didn't want to. Wouldn't want to. Now he's talking about generalizations and stereotypes getting. Is Man United selling off again, is it? Let's have a look. Oh, it's down on the day. It's trying to make a comeback. It's above the VWAP. It's trying to make a comeback. There's nobody trading it. Nobody wants Man United. Even Sheikh Jasser doesn't want Man United. So yeah, nobody wants Man United. It's Old Trafford's it's a toilet. It's fallen to pieces. It needs a lot of investment. That's probably why I pulled out. Probably went for a day trip around Old Trafford and saw how decrepit it is. Okay, I'll change the scanners over to the regular session. No, absolutely. It's all about opinions. I'm from the UK and I wouldn't want to live there either. So, you know. So we've got about 20 seconds till the market opens. It's been a bit of a small pre-market. Right, Bitcoin is up slightly on over the weekend at 29,000. Actually, it's up quite a bit. Good luck, guys. Not seeing any news, but Bitcoin is motoring at the moment. It's just gone a whole $1,500 in the last few minutes. So I'm watching the Bitcoin chart right now, whilst I should be watching Tempest. Yeah, Bitcoin's just absolutely pumping. Just broke 30,000. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Oh, have I hurt your feelings, get him? Oh, well, I would apologise, but quite frankly, I don't care. Riot, blockchain, and Marathon Digital will probably pop on the back of that Bitcoin move. Might be worth checking out. Tempest. Yeah, 2K in the last couple of minutes Bitcoin. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I've not seen any news drops on Bitcoin. I'll probably find out a little bit later. Well, let's find out. Let's open the Bitcoin. That's quite a big move. I mean, it's back under 30,000 now. I can't see that happening. Not until we've cleared out some of the mess with it, Ed. But buy the rumor, sell the news. It's all pulling back now. So this is the Benzinga chart for Bitcoin. Over the last couple of minutes, just got Bitcoin popped up to 30, then got quickly rejected. It's down and just dropped almost $1,000. So it'll be worth watching it. You don't usually get that kind of volatility over a few minutes with Bitcoin. So there's something happened, but I can't see specifically any news. Oh, there you go. SEC approves iShares Bitcoin spot ETF. That's why. That's just dropped. That news has just dropped. So yeah, look, I'm surprised, but I shouldn't be. Nvidia breaking highs. We'd love to see that. You gotta love that. Going green on the day. S&P 500 is up 2/3% now. It's a little bit of a pullback here, but 2/3 of a percentage point up on the day. So that's good. The NASDAQ 100 is 0.75% up on the day and climbing. Momentous breaking high now. Yeah, the giant pullbacks on Riot and Mara following Bitcoin for trading. Yeah, smash that like button, guys. Everybody except Get Him, smash that like button. He doesn't like me anymore. no shade, Get Him. I'm playing with you. We're approaching the halt level. Taking half off there before we get to the halt level. Halt levels we moved up to 459 now. At the halt level. Get myself a nice little 10-cent trailing stop in place there. I'm sure you did Get Him. Well, that's halted. So momentous. I had a momentous move up, broke $4, now up at 460. Looks like a slight gap up to 466 as it stands right now. We'll see. We'll come back to that at just before quarter to 9:43. Couple of volatility halts coming through now. MNY to the downside. LDX to the ups. Oh, resumption. Oh, we missed it. So Aldera Therapeutics is a big sell-off after hours on Friday. Looks like it's trying to bounce. This was a $5 stock on Friday. Let's have a quick look at why it sold off so hard. I'm very interested. All right, so Aldera Therapeutics trading lower after the FDA said it identified substantive review issues in connection with the NDA for Premarket. I've got that. Dry eye disease. Aldera Therapeutics says that the FDA stated that Premarket for signs and symptoms of dry eye disease does not appear to have data to support the clinical relevance of the ocular signs to support the dry eye indication. So go figure. But it's trying to bounce. Went all the way down to 137. All bouncing. We'll see. Oh, that's halted too. Profina. That's a big move. That's $5 in that one candle. Wow. That's a big move. Let's find out why that just moved. Profina. Yeah, I just like the sound of my own voice there, Ed. Green is, any green's good, green BTD. Profina. Not seeing company specific news for Profina. Well, that's a big move. Granted, it's not great volume, but it's a big move. I'll come back to that later. Tempest. Over $4, I might be interested. Back over the VWAP, I'm definitely interested. Let's see. Para zero. Moving up. We should get a resumption in about 30 seconds. But let's find out. ALDX moved up. Getting some pulling back now. RBBN. SASI. SASI made a decent move. R0 making a good move. But we'll stick with Momentous for now. Oh, that's not bad. Got Texas green on the day. Let's look for another entry. What's the high of this card? 84. I'm testing $5. The whole dollar's resistance always a bit. Take that out. I'll wait till we break the whole dollar of 5. So we just got rejected at $5 there. Take a look at SASI now that we've finished on mints. Yeah, I don't like the volume on this. It's nice range. What's the spreads like? 5 cents. I don't mind that. It's just I don't like the volume on it, or the lack thereof. We'll see what else is moving. Let's go back to mints. Is it moving back up? Got rejected at 5. R0 pulling back. We know why Bitty's moving. Bitty. It's in relation. Let's have a look at Riot and Marathon. It's all moved up with Bitcoin and sold off with Bitcoin. Here's Robert. Some volatility on this one. What's the spreads on this? Dollar spread. Dollar spread on this. Big move though. $8. And see devil horns. No, I think I'm going to give this a miss. Too much risk. Kind of like it though. $1.32 on the range, and we're getting 50 cents on the well, 40 cents on the spread. That's 3-1. Volume's not huge though. I'll find something better. Solar trading. We're halted to the downside on Mint, MNTS. I'm not seeing PRTA is probably it's probably the best one at the moment. It's expensive though. With that, you've got to adjust your sizing. $0.60 spreads. Tempest. I missed it. No, to be fair, Ross is a good trader. I've got nothing bad to say about the guy. He scouts more than I do. He doesn't hold as long as I do. But then again, he's probably more. He earns more money than I do. Let's see a bounce on the whole dollar here. Keep it nice, keep it civil. Let's not go bashing other traders or other streamers or whatever. There you go. The SEC has not approved the iShares Bitcoin Spot ETF. Your application is still under review according to Fox Business Supporter or Business Reporter. So a little bit premature, it looks like, on the Bitcoin ETF approval. ALDX still moving up quite a bit as well. Halted. Aldera Therapeutics. We know why. Shadow bounce, so this could be interesting on resumption. We'll come back to that in a moment. Let's see what moves in our favour. And we get back over the VWAP on Tempest. TPIC. TPI Composites. Oh yeah, I don't like the volume profiles on that, so I'm not going to bother. Get back above the VWAP here, that'd be nice. It looks like it tried to bounce on the whole dollar. It went down to 395, so that's kind of the whole dollar range. Well, that's what I said, Jack. That's exactly what I said. I can't see the ETF getting approved whilst there's so many court cases still up in the air. What am I trading there, Van Salem? Trading equities, so stocks and shares. E2's testing $3 again. We've got E2 testing $3. We've got MNTS has just resumed, big gap down, so over $4. Looking for the gap fill. Can we get the gap fill on the bounce? 32 is the halt to the upside, 53 to the downside. I got in for the break of 4 there. Let's see it up at 425. Fill this gap. Let's lock that in. Oh, well, I enjoy listening to me a lot more as well there. What's with Pixie? I have no idea. I'll take a look. Pixie. It looks like a reverse stock split, maybe. Let's have a quick look. ALDX just resumed. Let's have a look at Pixie for news. Is it reverse stock split? Reverse split. Shift Pixie. Not seeing anything. Notice of exempt offering. Form D. Shift Pixie. Okay, so that's the only thing I can see is the exempt offering. Okay, reverse split there, Adam. How much can you start with? Van Salem day trading. ALDX about to halt to the upside. Not quite yet, but about to halt to the upside. If you're looking at day trading the equities market, I don't recommend doing it with less than $5,000. It's as simple as that. Anything less than that, you're going to struggle with commissions and fees and charges. You can do it with less, but as a beginner trader, it's going to be difficult. And depending on where you are, you may get hit with the PDT rule as well. So just be careful. NASDAQ is 0.2% up on the day. So the NASDAQ 100 popped up, pulled back, it's moving back up again. So based on the VWAP area, but Friday's closing price, or pre-market high here. So it's up 0.2%, 0.65. It's very hard with less. I did the $500 challenge, and it was just so hard. I need to pick that back up, but just when I can be bothered to get round to it. Cheers, Robin. Tempest. Now breaking out. And we get a new high. Just lock it in a little bit. Just locked it in a little bit too quick. I know this is a double top here right now. High of day, 429. $4.25 is my buy. Just put a 10-cent trailing stop on there. Just looked a bit weak up there. Here with the devil horns and a big flush down. So Tempest is erratic at best. Just be careful if you're trading it. I find this one difficult to trade at one stage last week. When it made the initial pop, it was easy, but after that, it was very, very erratic. So just take profits when you can. Nobody goes broke taking profits. Just remember that, guys. If you can get into a profitable situation, lock some in, and then get out as it approaches, it pulls back to break even. It's going to be one of those. That, I think a swim that you're trading there, Solar. Yeah. I'm not sure about this right now. E2 still is there at $3. ALDX should be resuming soon. ALDX, Tempest, E2, those are the top three momentum stocks over the last 15 minutes. Or upwards momentum stock, should I say. You have MNTS, which is downwards momentum, is number 2 on the momentum list, momentum size. And that's ALDX just halted to resumed, gapped up, resumed, flushed down into a downwards halt. So just be careful. The volatility today is not, it's not sustaining. What I mean, the volatility is sustaining, but it's both ways. We're not getting parabolic movers to the upside or downside for that matter. It's flushing both ways. So we're getting volatility halts both ways. Just be careful with that, guys. If you get in one, yeah, my advice is try at 150 bucks a month cast. Use my code and get it for 120 bucks. Come on. Want to break out or not? 28. Just doesn't look reliable. I'll just put a 10-cent trailing stop in there, which is pretty much to my the low of that last candle. There we go. Ah, you donkey. Pushed the button a little bit too late. Just base hits today. I tell everybody. Hey, Super Chip. I might get stopped out here. Stock choice is a big one, Robin. Oh, green on the ticker. 2,900 in the bank. $33. Just base hits doing me for today. Didn't want another big losing day like I got on Friday. Just lock a green day in and then we can build on it. Get over $5, I can scale back into this. Oh, stopped out. Okay, 3.5K. Don't mind that so far. Going in the right direction. Bitcoin long or short? Personally, I think it's a bull trap. Personally, Bitcoin breaking 30K today. I think it'll go down to 17 or 15 even. You can't look, dude. Don't worry about it. If you selling too soon is not a problem. Selling for a lot is a problem. If you sell too soon, it means you leave some money on the table, but you're taking profits. Nobody goes broke taking profits. It's okay to leave money on the table. You can't get the full move. It's very difficult to get the full move. And I got faked out on this one to start the day. Now pulling all the way back. Tempest is the top momentum stock to the upside right now. It is prone to flush. It is prone to a big pullback, so just be careful with that. So use stops. That's another thing I've not been doing this last couple of weeks, is using my stops effectively. So today I am. If you've been noticing, I'm using trailing stops. Let's have a look at some of these volatility halts. That's halted to the downside again. And now it's 291. So let's have a look at yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Tech, no, that's just for a 75-cent stock. That's crap. It really is. Look at the S&P 500. That's just taking off. S&P 500 is about to 0.8%, I guess. It's testing 435 on the SPY. So you love to see it. up there. Previous higher day, so you've got to take profits up there. Get out. Just above break even. Very double topish up here at 490. Higher day currently 492. So when it starts reaching up there and starts to pull back, make sure you got some profits in the bag. What did I get hit for on Friday? It was, I finished up Friday 12k down, 12.5k down. I was unrealized about 30k down, well, just under 30k down at one stage. Finished, I was about 23k down. I finished the live stream, I think it was 23k down. I finished the day trading to 12k down. So big red day on Friday. So it'd be nice just to get to goal. I'm going to wait for the break of $5 now. We saw on MNTS what the $5 resistance, whole dollar resistance at 5 was. That's not, it's been nothing but sell off since. Microsoft breaking highs. Oh, some of these mega caps are all up there on the upwards train. That's the M pattern there, so that might pull back to the VWAP at least. Let's have a look at MM, a couple of others. And I could keep an eye on that on the other screens while we're at it. Applied Therapeutic. Yeah, I don't like the volume. Oh, sorry to hear that, Robin. Is anybody else having an issue with the music? How much can you make per day? I target myself on 6k per day. I don't always do that, but across the course of the year, I'm doing 6k per day, but it's not every day. That's for you, Van Sellen. But don't get me wrong, my results are not typical. I do have a 7-figure account to achieve that. Anybody else having issues with the music? I could turn it down. Overstock moving up. So higher day is $5. I did say I wasn't going to trade it unless it's above $5 now. Sticking to my rules today and trying to be disciplined. It's all about sizing though, dude. I mean, I would imagine what you've got, what, a 25, 30k account to do that. And 4k a week is a bloody good income. Very good income. So let's just, you know, levels. Well, and that's it. Grow your account slowly. Don't just jump up and say, right, okay, I've been making $4 a week, now I want to make $4 a day. It's incremental, slow growth. If you're patient, slow growth will do you well. I'm not convinced about the break over $5 here. Let's see how wrong I am. If I get in, I'll probably get in smaller size because I'm not feeling it. MNTS looks like it's trying to curl back up. It's coiling under $5 right now. Need some good volume to. It tapped $5 with a 1 million volume candle, but was rejected. Every other candle after that's been less than, but it's about half the volume. So need a good volume candle to get over 5, I think. I'm seeing quite a bit on the level 2 at 5. This is why I'm saying that there's a 10,000 seller at 5. Got 11,000. Yeah, the S&P 500 is having a good moment. Over 435 on the SPY now. Good day on the markets. I'm watching 3 different stocks at the same time here, or trying to. What we saw with MNTS, it hit that magic $5 whole dollar level, and it pulled back hard. I mean, I got some of the bounce, but then it sold off. So that maybe inverse head and shoulders argument. I don't think so. If it gets over 375, I don't like this underneath the VWAP, but 375 might be a move up to the VWAP. Yeah, that's clutching straws. I'd rather not take a trade and miss out than take the wrong trade. It's probably best just to be more disciplined. I had a look at my trading last week. I did some really good trades last week. And up until Friday, got overconfident and then lost some money on Friday. Still a green week, still red on the month, but green week. NASDAQ, we were just talking about the NASDAQ a couple of seconds ago. So the NASDAQ 100 having a good moment. It's almost 1% up on the day. Up there, the Qs, the triple Qs, which is a Invesco ETF that tracks the NASDAQ 100, about to hit 369. So the NASDAQ 100 is moving up really well, as is the S&P 500. So the SPY, which is the State Street ETF that tracks the S&P 500, moving up really well. Russell Index, it's outperforming them all. Small Cap Index, 1.3% up on the day. IWM is the ETF. APLT, can't trade that with that kind of volume or lack of. Yeah, I learned my lesson with that last week. It doesn't mean I'm not going to repeat it, but I did learn my lesson. Holding on for more. Take some profits and then get out at break even. If it goes again, you can get in again. At least you've got a profitable trade under your belt. We seem to have, well, we're coming up to an hour of the market, the regular session. We seem to have dried up a little bit in terms of volume and volatility, so we'll see what happens in the next half an hour. BTD, how do you finish? Are you finishing up? Are you on the green by the dip before you go? I hope you're finishing green. Looks like we're trying to make another move back up here. No. Projected at the $3/4 level. So just remember as well, guys. Quarter, half, and whole dollars are psychological levels at this, at particular this kind of level in lower price stocks. So the $3, $4, $5, quarter, half, and whole dollars are very important. Good stuff by the dip. You'd love to see it. Well done, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your day. MNTS popped. So it looks like we're getting a bit of resistance to that $3/4, $3.75. It's kind of a inverse head and shoulders neckline. 375. So it gets over 375 might be of interest. I'm in a similar situation, a dollar higher here, where 475 is the interesting level. We're over that now. Bounced on the pre-market high at 460. I'll just watch the 5-minute chart here because the high on the 5-minute is 492. That's what I'm watching. Just closed out that last 5-minute candle, so I'm like, okay, let's see if we get a 5-minute high. A 5-minute, a new high on the 5-minute. Look, trade multiple time frames. The higher the time frame, the more reliable the breakouts tend to be. Oh, you're in at 488. Tempest there, Puno. Just watching this for a potential move up. I should have waited for that 492. I wouldn't have got into a consolidating position. The 5-minute candle, I was waiting for a 5-minute candle. I entered a little bit premature. Well, being premature is not a good thing in many aspects of life. So turn down your travel. targeting $19 on Tempest. Are you on drugs? Went up to like 950, I think it was, or something like that. 970 the other day. Come on, I'll buy the dip. Probably will go against me, but I'm okay with that. And we get 490. Maybe not. $475 on yes. We're looking for a profitable exit on this move. So breaks me low, I'm going to have to get out. So I'll buy the dip whilst it's finding a bit of support there at 470. I don't know what it wants to do, but if it breaks new lows, I will exit. I was quite substantially down on this one. I was about 1,200 down on this one to start off with. It's kind of swings and roundabouts on Tempest today. Yeah, this is going to break down. I'll get out of that. LDX is bouncing. 220. Huh. That's just typical. Takes me to a profitable position after I get out on the same candle. Fake me out. Look, it is what it is. Not every move is going to work in your favour, and you've got to accept that. But I'm still green on the day, so as far as I'm concerned, that's a win. Get green, stay green. I'll try again here if it gets to 490. There's a double bottom there on the 1 minute and the 2 minute. I don't know. We've got I went up to 572 on Friday. Yeah, 572 on Friday. It went up to. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Breaking laws, you know, you've got to be disciplined about it. Too often now, this month, I've not been disciplined enough when things have been breaking laws. There's a nice trend line now there. See the trend line there on this. We're going to get the break of 5 today. We test $5 here. There's 94, 95, 95, 94. High of day, $5. What we're looking for. Bought a touch of that trend line in hindsight. Hindsight is a wonderful trading companion. Only it worked. $5 coil. Hey, Black Eagle. Evening, Darren. $96, $97. We got $96. Sorry, we didn't get $97. Thought we did, but we didn't actually get any action there. Hit the ask, but not the price. Good evening, pretty lady. Oh, 93, 92, 93. We need 97. Was 94. Can we test $5 on this? 91 again. Coiling up there. $95, $96. Struggling at 96, 96, 97, 98, 99. Take a little bit off. Top. A bit more. Back in the green on the ticker. Oh, well, got stopped out. At 350, that's back in green. So we've got 700 bucks swinging in my favour. $0.16 range. 10 cent trailing stop on this. Stop here. Oh well, I made $100 on that one. Nice one, Bobby. Good to see. Yeah, I added at the top. That was it. So whilst I got profit at the top, I also added at the top, and that cost me a little bit. Cost me about $150, I think. Well, the sellers there for a couple of thousand in the $1/4. I got back in. So back up to 3.5, 2.6. Got stopped out. My stops are too tight. I need to get a. Oh well. Then my stops are too tight. It's breaking lows there, so I would have got out there anyway. Hey, look. If it's profitable. Bobby D. Yeah, I feel that one all day. I feel that one. Tempest is the momentum stock of the moment across the board. Former $1.28. Last momentum. So Tempest is what we're trading. This is the momentum stock of the moment. It's also the top gapper on the day above $2. Mind. That's up 900%. But I think $5. Let me have a look at that. Why is that up? Is that an acquisition or a reverse stock split? Okay. Let's set out on this one, I think. Struggling up there at 540, I think. Put some of that in. Right up break even next. Just under break even. It's a 10-cent trail again. I want it to pop, and then I can add to it. There's stopped at break even. Already got stop type. It's slow and incremental. No, it's not going to be my first Green Monday, Stone Cold. I had a Green Monday last week. I was green. In fact, I'll just have a quick look whilst we're trading this on the calendar. Yeah, both Mondays. The last 2 Mondays have been green. Maybe I'm starting to develop a trend for Green Mondays. Better than Blue Mondays, I guess. You like Blue Mondays? Good tune. How do I feel? Alright, it's a 20-cent stop this time. Let's see if I get stop type. Play this one. Smart if I can. Well, this went up to 83. Got a 20-cent trailing stop here. locking in a little bit of profit. Stop still above break even. Just managed to scalp 7 cents on that. That'll do. Oh, we're close to goal. Very close to goal. Yeah, 572 was the high on Friday. So we've just broken new low, so I'm just going to wait now. See if it tests $6, I think. See if there's anything else moving. I need $600 to go. So 5,400 will be a good start to the week. What's going on there, Alistair? Yeah, no, well, Cast, you should be doing that anyway. You should be doing that anyway. If you're playing for home runs and you're swinging for the fences with every strike, you know, you're just going to get struck out. You're going to lose money. So you should be going for the base hits every single time. And then when you do finally hit a home run, let it ride. Yeah, possibly, Nick. Possibly. I mean, high of days 590. It did go up to 572 yesterday on the daily. If you look at this on the daily, it's what we're talking about here. It's this line past that already. So went up to 590. Oh, it's 642. Went up to 572 here. 642 there. 572. 590. Yeah, well. Big pullback. What else is moving? Low price stock almost still moving. It's red on the day, but it's still moving up big. Omeros Corporation, OMER. Not something I like to trade. Shift Pixie. I don't know what Shift Pixie's doing today. I don't know what's going on with this. Reverse stock split. Reverse stock split. Shift Pixie. Another one. I mean, how many have they had now this year? Shift Pixie. Reverse stock splits and then offering them reverse stock split. They're terrible like that. Tampa's trying to climb again. Looking at the 2-minute chart, high of 555 on the 2-minute candle. I have this candle on the 5-minute is exactly that, 55. 22-cent range now. Spreads still like 3, 4, 5 cents. Out of zero, making some moves. Up 4% in the last 15 minutes, 289. On 392. Decent volume. think I'm close to goal. Very close to goal. 275 to get me to goal. Just going to let this play out. I've got a trailing stop in place, but I'm 10 cents away, so just there we go, we're over goal. I think I'll cut that and I'm at goal. So have a, there we go. Oh, do you, ooh, that's the, terrible fill. False hold, don't mind that. Halted to the upside. Yeah. Doesn't look like it's going to gap up. So I've got a 10 cent trailing stop in there. So if it does gap up, great. If it pulls back, you know, that's fine too. I can always go again. Well, Stone Cold, you can find me on Twitch and on Rumble. You find the same stream on Twitch and Rumble, Stone Cold. So I'll TikTok for that matter. All right, we'll come back to this in a moment. So we're in for 5K at 607. So basically filled at the top. MNTS. Just ranging sideways since we traded it. It's not even tested $4 really. Outset Medical. I don't like the range. It's like 2 cents. Not enough volatility for me. It's up 17% on the day, but what do you hope to get out of a move? It's like 2.5 cents on the range. Yeah, that's right, Neith. So sometimes what happens is that I get filled on the ass, and the halt levels are at the bid. So if I can take that, and I will do, I can take that to my broker, I can get the rebate on it. Sometimes when you get it, sometimes it will fill you above the candle, and you can take it to your broker, and it's an error on the whatever, print error or whatever, and very often it's already corrected at the end of the day. But sometimes if it's a significant error, then you go into. I think the most I've been filled outside of the candle is about 15 cents, and I got that back. So that was back in March when the banks were collapsing. No, it's not going to halt up. It's pretty much level. Para Zero. Let's have a look at Para Zero. It's been making some steady upwards movement. Oh, it's a bit choppy though. It's over $3 again now. It needs to get to 332, which was Friday's close price. Well, that'd be great, Robin. Well, you're welcome on Twitch or YouTube or Rumble or whichever stream you want to follow there, at Stone Cold. I'll miss you hitting the thumbs up button, but you know, we don't have such a feature on Twitch. R1 RCM. Power 0. I'm back. A good 20-cent move on that candle. Oh, yeah. That's 56.07. So it should resume in the next few seconds. In the next 10 seconds, should get a resumption here. Looks like a slight gap up though, which is good for me. Yeah, like that. Oh, stop take. Yeah, that'll do. Don't mind at all if I do. $563, the halt to the downside. So watch for that. It just flushed all the way to 582. So that's like a 40-cent flush. Oh, 50-cent flush because the highest 633. Oh, there we go. And counting. 548. Now the halt level. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up, but before I do, let's take a look at where we are on the week, on the month, on the year, shall we? Okay, so this here is my Benzinga. What you see here. Just let me put the chat so I can answer questions as I'm going. Okay, what I've got here is my Benzinga. If you don't know what Benzinga is, it's a platform where I get all my signals and alerts and the likes. So as you can see here, I've got my gap scanner on the day. Hang on a minute, Tempest is moving back up again, so just give me a second. It's back over 625. That was a big flush down and a big rally up. So yeah, double topping up there at 630. Is it going to break? Probably not. Okay, so this is my Benzinga. I've got my gap scanner, but basically what's moved, the biggest movers intraday. My surging scanner here, so it's the biggest movers up over the last 15 minutes, and my momentum scanner, so it's up or down over the last 15 minutes, what's moved the most in whichever direction. So that's what I've got here. I've got my signals and alerts here in terms of volatility halts, price spikes, day high series, etc. I've got my rolling news. So this is Benzinga. If you want to check that out, there's links in the description. I'll come back to this in a second. So there's links in the description, but if you're watching on TikTok, in the link tree, this is the link tree. If you're watching on Twitch, you'll see that there's a link above me that says link tree, the TikTok trader. Type that into your browser, you get to this. You've got all my socials here. You can email me directly. I'm happy to answer questions. If you've got questions for me, email me directly. You can join the Facebook group if you want. Message me on Twitter. I'm streaming live on Twitter as we speak as well. Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, etc. If you're enjoying a stream, support the channel. There's a merch store if you want it. So you've got all the beautiful merchandise, hoodies, mugs, teddy bears, robes, wireless chargers, you name it, I've got it with my logos and catchphrases and what have you. So go check out the merch store. You ask for a merch store with my slogans on: get green, stay green, fat guy on the internet, not a financial advisor, not offering financial advice, all that kind of stuff. If you want to learn how to trade my way, with my methodologies, my strategies, come join the Day Trade with Tony community. You don't just get access to the education content, you get access to me, you get access to the private Discord community, you get access to my own personal e-trading learning. So I've got my own trading library in terms of ebooks and stuff. You get access to all of that. This is a full curriculum. Check it out. It's not 2K. So those are talking about a certain other trader. It's not going to cost you 2K. It's going to cost you $150. That's all it's going to cost you. So get on that. $150. I'll help you along, and you get access to the community as well. Once you've taken the course, you get lifetime access to the community. It's no problem at all with that. Find stocks to trade. I've just been talking about Benzinga. Check it out for 14 days for free. It is fantastic. If you're not using Benzinga, what the hell are you doing? How are you finding stocks to trade? Coming to my channel using my Benzinga, no doubt. So you check it out for free. If you like it, don't pay full price. You can get 35% off using my code DTWT35. People asking which broker I recommend, which broker I use. Interactive Broker is a good broker, but I'm using Capital Markets. If you, particularly in Europe or Asia, no PDT rule. They don't implement a PDT rule. If you're in the US, they do US brokers, but you have to approach them rather than being solicited or whatever. TraderView is the statistics. It's the journal that I use. Dash Trading. Check out if you want on Think or Swim or TWS. Go and check out Dash Trader for free. You'll thank me for it. Seriously, it's a much better platform than both of them. That's so if you're a TD Ameritrade or Interactive Brokers, go and check out Dash Trader. If you with Speed Trader or CMEG, you'll get it anyway. TraderView. What is TraderView? Well, this is TraderView. This is what I use for logging my trades. This is October so far. You can see I had a bad week to start the month. I had a good week last week, even though I had a bad day on Friday. Starting this week off, over goal, green, get green, stay green, get to goal and get out. So that's what I'm doing. And where are we across the month? And I'll show you where we're on the year as well, just so you know that I'm not panicking or anything like that, even though I am down on the month. So before today, we had just shy 20k in drawdown. So we're in a losing. It's a red month at the moment as it stands. We're having a losing month, but we can recover that, and I'll come back to that in a second. So if you look at the drawdown here, cumulative drawdown 22k. So I need to recover 22k to get back to the highs. The fact that I had a profitable day, the first Monday of the month, means that the drawdown and the profitability on the month are not necessarily the same thing. But if I just look at the year, based on what I'm looking for on the year, I'm looking for an average of 6k per day. At the moment, I'm negative 2k, so 6,700 is my average for the year to date. So I'm ahead of goal year to date. For that to continue, I need to be at 1.2, which means we need to get 42k between now and the end of October. So if I go back to, we've got 9 days left of October in terms of trading days. So 9 times 6 is 45. 44. So that'll take us. Yeah, we'll be on track. If we have 9 days, actually that doesn't include today's 6k as well. So that'll take us to 54, isn't it? 54, not 44. I don't know what I'm even talking about. So 54 is 9 trading days. But if we take 10 trading days, including today, that's 60k, which takes us well over the goal pro rata for October. So we're not too bad. We're not doing too bad for the target on the year. Look at my statistics. I'm still, for the year, as per most of my career as well, I'm a 2-to-1 accuracy. So 67%, 32% losers. So every 3 trades I get, 2 are winners, 1's a loser. K ratio, good profit factor, good K ratio for a year. But if you look at the days and times, you can see which days are not good for me. Worst day of the week, it's still profitable across the year, but it's the worst day of the week. I make less money on a Monday than I do any other day. So October is the only red day, red month, not red day, across the board. So yeah, we'll be doing it again tomorrow, same place, same time, and I hope you'll join me. 8:30 a.m. It is an hour before the market opens. It did break out again. We got that break over 6:30, and I'll be here tomorrow. You come join me tomorrow. We'll do it all over again, and an hour before the market opens. And in the meantime, stay green, stay profitable, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys. All right, Ed. Para zero, you just got green on it. Okay? Okay. See you all tomorrow, guys. Take it easy.